My name is Josetta Shropshire. I am president and CEO of Positive Promotions Ltd. We are a television and video and documentary film production company. We've been in business for more than 25 years based in Atlanta.
What inspired you to move in this direction of film production, documentary? What was your inspiration? What was your driving force?
I started out working in radio, then I went on to television, and that was several years, 30 years ago, actually, 35 years ago. I'm telling my age, but anyway, there were glass ceilings years ago, and women of color, Black women, could only advance so far. And I hit one of those glass ceilings when I was working in television, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to start my own company. At the time, I had no idea how challenging it would be to start a company, but I stuck with it, and we've been able to progress. And at this point, thank goodness, we're having and experiencing some success with what we do.
How has your cultural background influence your artistic expression?
Culture is huge with me, huge. I have been interested in our culture. I've loved Black history my entire life. When I was a child, Ebony magazine was really popular then. Now, this is before the internet and all of that. So we used to get magazines every month, and I would just read article after article. I just found our stories to be amazing. And that's how I started following what has happened in Black America. Loved the stories of the ancestors that had gone before us. And as I matured and went on with life, I decided to expand my love of our culture, and I've traveled internationally. Spent a lot of quality time in Africa and in Egypt, and being in those places, I understand on a different level how powerful the history and the culture of Black people is. And one of my tasks, one of the things that I want to do is to bring this rich history and this rich culture forward so that it's preserved for this generation and for generations to come.
Okay. And what does Black history mean to you?
Black history means truth. It means where we've come from. It means strength. I just think of what my grandmothers and grandfathers have had to go through, what they've endured. As a child, I used to sit and listen to my grandmothers, and they would tell about their grandmothers. So we have such a rich history and a rich lineage. Grab a hold to it and bring all of that forward. Many ways to tell so many stories.
Yeah.
I want to tell the Shropshire story. That's my family history. After we're able to tell some of these other stories, then I want to tell my own story. And I would encourage filmmakers to look into their own family stories and histories and bring all of that forward, because right now with technology, we can preserve things that last for generations. And when I went to Egypt, I understood that those were the archivists. The people that created the hieroglyphics, created something that would last. So we can go back to that and hear those and find out those stories. And so we're the archivists of our times. That's what filmmakers are. So take this craft seriously and use it to tell stories that last into perpetuity. They'll be here forever, we hope.
Oh, I love that. I love that advice. That's really good advice. Just one final question. Tell us, how can we follow you? How can we see your work?
Oh, okay. The best way is to go to my website. We're positivepromotionsltd.com. And on the homepage, I have 2 of our films that are there. And I do want to say, Mother of Kings has received awards. I was just really surprised and honored But when I got outside of the United States, the world loves our story. They get inspiration from the civil rights movement. Here in the United States, I don't think we understand how powerful that movement was. It changed the United States, but it also changed the world. Civil rights gave people inspiration, and in places all over the world, they know now that change can come if we act in a godly manner and we're persistent and consistent. Things can change for us, and it's just wonderful to be able to bring that information. The way to find me is my website. That's the easiest way, and I'll always be updating our new films, and we're just getting started. I have so many more stories that have to be told. All of the information, the interviews that were conducted during the civil rights history as I was creating for Mother of Kings and Unsolved History, Life of Kings. I'm going to use the footage that has not been used and create Civil Rights Chronicles, because there's so many more stories. And I believe the world, particularly Black Americans, need to hear.